Concerns are mounting over ongoing retrenchments across various sectors in South Africa. Primary steel producer ArcelorMittal South Africa is set to shut down by the end of this month, resulting in 3,500 direct job losses and an estimated 100,000 rand jobs lost downstream. Ford Motor Company SA has also announced plans to cut almost 500 jobs at two of its plants in Pretoria and in Gqeberha.Tyre producer Goodyear has also shut down with 900 jobs shed there. Let's get you some analysis now. We're joined by Thembinkosi Mkhaliphi. He's the acting Deputy Director of Labour Policy and Industrial Relations at the Employment Department. Thembinkosi, it's great to talk to you. Thank you for coming on. I think it's important for us to perhaps start with the National Development Plan goals, right? It seems so unreachable now. The goal that we had, because we had unemployment of 25%, that was in 2012, and the goal was to cut it to 6% by 2030. And yet the opposite has happened over these past years.
There's no doubt, Michelle, you're correct. I mean, we've got a serious problem of unemployment in the country. We've had this problem for quite some time. And with the geopolitical situation that we're in, it's making it worse. I mean, the job losses that you're talking about, the steel, tire, the motor industry, are related to the 30% tariffs that are being levied, and the oversupply of steel in the world market makes steel very cheaply available somewhere else. I mean, these are the problems. And there's no doubt also that, I mean, government is not going to be alone going to be able to solve the employment problem in this country. As government is doing its best to try and create an environment for business to come in. If you look on the reforms that have taken place in the power, in the electricity section, in the intervention that are taking place at local government level, because they play a part also, and other policy areas where we would want to make it easy for business to come in and set up businesses within the country. Government obviously has got to try and create job opportunities. That we've done, but it's not going to be a solution to the high rate of unemployment that we have in the country. We've got to get business investing and creating the millions of jobs that we need to solve this problem.
Yeah, I mean, yes, absolutely. The 30% tariffs have played a role clearly as we've seen these job losses in particular sectors, ArcelorMittal, Ford, Goodyear, and the like. But our unemployment rate, Thembinkosi, even before the 30% tariffs, were incredible. We had more than 60% of young people, and that number continues to climb, sitting at home without a job. This is pre the tariff negotiations with the US.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that we've had this problem for quite some time of high unemployment. And that's why now, I mean, remember, we coming from the 10 years of state capture where there's been a lot of corruption going on in public service and the private sector. That also affected this. Now, this government is trying to reverse all of those activities that have taken place that have affected employment and the economy. If we do not grow the economy, we are not going to solve this. And our efforts are to grow the economy. That's why Treasury today, I mean, there's a statement that they are putting money on the issues, trying to unlock infrastructure investment. We're trying to unlock investment in local government to make sure local government does its part. We're looking even, I mean, you know that we, as the Department of Employment Labour, we've looked on our employment labour laws to see what changes they are necessary to make it easy also, whilst we maintain protection of workers to make it easy for business to operate. All of those issues, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to take a very short time. It's going to take a long time for us to be able to make all of these changes and see the results of that. But those are the steps that have been taken. If you look on the project that are run by Vulindlela, the section of Vulindlela in the presidency, and trying to open up the market to unlock investment to ensure that the economy grows. And that should be our effort, and that's our effort going forward on these issues to unlock the growth of the economy to solve the problem of unemployment.
Right. And I mean, this is, you're essentially reading from the playbook of what we have been saying as a country for many, many years now, right? That we need to make it easy for businesses to operate, that we need to unlock investments. There have been several initiatives that have been announced to this end. The president himself has hosted investment summits. We've seen investment pledges in the millions, tens of millions, perhaps even hundreds of millions of rands at these investment summits. And yet again, in the first quarter alone of this year, Thembinkosi, South Africa lost almost 300,000 jobs. That's according to Statistics South Africa and the quarterly labour force survey. So where are we going wrong? Because we say the same things over and over again, make it easy for businesses to operate, unlock investment. Where are we going wrong? What are we not doing?
I think, Michelle, the issue that we need to understand, it's easy to destroy jobs and destroy an economy. It takes short time to do that. When you take wrong decisions, when you've got wrong policies and they destroy jobs, it's difficult. It takes a longer time to bring back those jobs. And that's why it's taking us so long to bring back the jobs that we need. And it's taking us a little bit longer to do the things that we need to do to entice business back. The investment that we're talking about in infrastructure. I mean, our electricity, we used to have the cheapest electricity in the world. Now our electricity has gone up. Now, in order for us to attract business, we've got to show what is it that we're putting on the table. And those issues, I mean, the unbundling in terms of electricity provision is going to assist that. But it's not going to happen today, Michelle, that we know. It's going to happen today. It's going to take some time. And as it takes some time, that's why job opportunities becomes crucial in this, so that people can be given at least an opportunity to do something whilst all of these issues are going through and you are convincing business. As I've said, the political situation in the world is not helping now. Yes, I accept the issue that they're raising, that we've had unemployment for quite a long time. And we have not, maybe as government and as social partners, including business, work with speed to deal with these issues that we're talking about. We know what needs to be done. We know the things that we need to do. And what we need to make sure is the speed on which we do the things that we know need to be done in order to solve and change this problem.
Thembinkosi, we are running out of time, but I think that the employment conversation isn't necessarily just one for the Employment and Labour Department, right? What about our schooling system and whether we are having the conversation, whether your department is talking to basic education, higher education, about where we should be training our young people up into trades, into skills that they can use to open up their own businesses. Are we having those kinds of conversations as well and trying to make those kinds of policy changes?
Yes, those discussions are taking place not only with higher education, starting with basic education, so that when our children go out of lower education, from basic education to higher education, they are ready to progress through that level. And there's no doubt that the SETA environment, we need to look at this and make sure that the skills that we are producing through the investment that companies are making through the SETAs are producing the necessary skills that are needed by the different sectors of the economy.
Yeah, it's really the scourge of unemployment that's impacting us on so many levels here in South Africa, but particularly our young people. Thembinkosi Mkhaliphi, let me thank you for your time.